Hello, good people. Today is a beautiful day. I want us to continue looking at a very simple question which I would want you to answer in your final examination, grade 12, section B, paper 2. In this paper, this is a 2016 paper written 28 October 2016, internal candidates. Hence now, we are going to answer one of the questions from this paper, which is question number 12, which is a cubic question. So how to answer this question is very easy and straightforward. As we can read from the first question, from the first statement of this question, it simply says, answer this part of the question on a sheet of a graph paper. So a sheet of graph paper, you need to have a graph paper. How does a graph paper look like? A graph paper looks like this. This is your graph paper. As you can see, this is my graph pad. Hence where we can use a graph paper which is of this format. It has graphs. You can see these are graphs which are divided in 2 centimeters. Each box, from this box to this box here, it is 2 centimeter divided. From this box to this box, 2 centimeter, 2 centimeter. Hence, this is what we want to look at today. So I hope you'll be able to listen attentively and do what is required of you in your final examination. So how do I answer this question? The first thing is to actually copy the box which is here, because they are simply asking you to calculate the value of k. Now the value of k, you can see it is up here. It is 3 comma k, which of course we don't know. Hence we need to know this value in order for us to be able to plot this equation on the graph paper. So let us start by first drawing this box on our graph paper. Let's start by first drawing this box on our graph paper. Okay, so now that we have drawn the box here, now the next question that we should be able to answer now is calculate the value of k. So to calculate the value of k, which is this value here, we need to use the equation which we have been given, which is this one. So we are just going to write here, this is question 12a, Roman numeral 1. So this is question 12a, Roman numeral 1. We are going to work it out just here. So to calculate the value of k, which is the k they want here, we need to be able to write the equation, the original equation of this graph, which is this one. So let us write it here. We are going to say y is equal to x, open brackets, x minus 2, close brackets, open brackets again, x plus 2. Now, you need to very well know that k, it is actually found by simply identifying, is this k my y? Yes, k is my y, and 3 is my x. So we are talking of two coordinates here, which we can say 3 comma k. Now 3 comma k, we know that our 3 is our x and our k is our y. So for me to find the value of k, I just need to substitute in this equation. Where there is x, I put 3. Where there is y, I put k. Then the answer will be k. I simplify. So y will be k is equal to 3, open brackets, 3 minus 2, close brackets, 3 plus 2. Then I just simplify this. K is equal to, now I cannot multiply 3 times 3, 3 times negative 2. I can't do that because my answer will be wrong. First of all, you have to understand BODMAS rule. So in this case, we deal with brackets first, simplify what is inside the brackets, then we can multiply later. So 3 will be outside there. 3 minus 1 minus 2 will be 1. 3 plus 2 will be 5. So we can multiply now. We can say 3 times 1, it is 3, times 5, which gives us 15. So the value of k, it is 15. Hence now we know that this is actually 3 over 15. 3 over 15, or 3 comma 15. Okay, so once you find the value of k, you can now go ahead and answer the following question, which is simply asking us, using a scale of 2 cm to represent 1 unit on the x-axis in the range of -1, -3, less than or equal to x, less than or equal to 3, and 2 cm to represent 5 units. So these are the key points. So meaning, if they say 1 unit on the x-axis, they simply mean 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, just like that. But when they say 5 units on the y-axis, they simply mean 5, 10, 6, 5, 10, 15, 20, just like that. And we'll end where 16 is. Both negative and positive should be 16. So let's draw this graph. Just drawing and plotting this graph gives you 3 marks. So we have 4 marks. So let's draw this graph by simply using the scales appropriately. Okay, so we are going to use get our ruler and our pencil. First of all, check the boxes that you want to draw. We are given the range 0. We say 0 is here, then 1, 2, 3. Okay, we are okay. 2 centimeters represent 1 unit. 0, 1, 2, 3. Again, let's say 5, 10, 15, 20. So our 16 will be in there, so we can move it up there. We say, okay, let this be our 0, and this will be our 5, 10, 15, 20. We are not reaching 20, we are just ending at 16. So 16 will just be in the middle there. And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we can draw our graph nicely using our 30 centimeter rule and a pencil. Don't use a pen, because if you use a pen, once you make a mistake, you cannot erase the pen, so you automatically fail your final examination when you are supposed to pass. So we draw a graph nicely like that. Okay, so this is our y-axis, so we can label them. This is our y-axis and this is our x-axis. So we say, since they said 1 unit, they said 1 unit on the x-axis, so we are saying 1 unit on the x-axis, 2 centimeters. So 2 centimeters represent 1 unit. So 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3. These are negative, keep in mind. Then this is our 0 there. Same applies this side. This side they said is supposed to go all the way to 20, so 16. So we extend this line. So we have 5 there, we have 10, we have 15, then we have if it's 5, then it means that we can say, where is my 16 going to be? So my 16 is going to be at the center of this graph. When you count these figures from here to there are 10 lines. These lines are 10. So for you to be able to know what this line simply represents, what this single line represents in this case, you are just going to say, what is 5 divided by 10? So 5 divided by 10, you get 0.5. So meaning that this single line is 0.5. So in this case, we have 15.5, 15. If this is 15, then we know that 15.5 is here, then 16 is just there. Okay, so 16 will just be here. Okay, so that will, there will be our 16. And then this side we can do the same. We have 5, -5, -10, -15, then 15.5, then 16 is just there, so -16. We have put a mark there. So once you have this graph of yours, which is accurately drawn like this, you can now go ahead and plot using these coordinates, which are here now. You can plot these coordinates by simply saying, since I know, let me just have it here so you can see, -3, 15. So we are going to go -3, 15. It is just here, so we go straight -3, 15. You put a dot there. Okay, there's a dot. You put a dot like that. I would advise you to use a pencil just in case you make a mistake. You can erase the dot, the point. Then we have -2, 0. -2, 0 is just here. Remember, -2, 0, it is actually y is 0. So the whole axis of x-axis, this axis is actually y is equal to 0. And this axis, y-axis, is x is equal to 0. The whole of this line is x is equal to 0. So when they say -2, 0, just know that you stand where the number is 2, -2. That's where the point will be. So in this case, we put the point here. The next coordinate will be -1, 3. -1 is here, 3. It will be, we just count the boxes here. So we have 0, 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3 is here. Or you can just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's where the point will be. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we put the point there. That is where the 3 is going to be. So once you put the point there, okay, so there's an error here. You can see very well that instead of this is -3, -15, but we ended up putting this point here, so this is not a accurate point. -15 will be -3, -15, so the point should be down here, here. Okay, so that's why when you use a pencil, you can easily erase, but if you use a pen, you cannot erase, you just leave it like that. So that is why I'm advising you to use a pencil to put the dot, these dots. Then we move on to the next point, which is okay, 0, 0. 0, 0 is just the center here. That's why you put your dot. 0, 0 is there. The next point is 1, -3. So it will be 1, -3. You just count 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So your dot will be there. Then the next point will be 2, 0. 2, 0 will just be there. The last one will be 3, 15. Okay, 3 is here, 15. We go all the way to 15. There we put a dot there. Okay, so now you can see the graph is already, it has already been formed, but you can see the dots. We follow the dots, you will see the graph which has been formed, which looks like an S. So it goes like this, all the way there. So you just join this graph, connecting the dots. So let's join. Make sure that it is a straight, is a curve. It's not supposed to be a straight cornered curve. So this one will be like that. We rotate again this side, you just connect like that. There you go. Again, there, feel free to be flexible by rotating the graph. Okay, so we do it again. There we go like that. Then we are moving like that. Okay, so we have our graph. You can see very well, this is our graph which has been formulated. Okay, so this is our graph. We have drawn the graph, which is accurately done. You can see, nicely done. Hence we have managed to get our 3 marks, which is this one. We have managed to get 3 marks. The last part, the last point is just to label this graph. You can label it or just here by simply saying this graph we have drawn is actually y is equal to x, open brackets, x minus 2, x plus 2, like this. Then you are done. You are done with this one. Then we move on to the next part, which is actually finding these simple equations. You can see these equations which are here. Okay, so this was Roman numeral 2. We can put it here, Roman numeral 2. We are done. Now we move on to Roman numeral 3. So where can we do our Roman numeral 3? We can do it here. We can just say Roman numeral 3 A. Roman numeral 3A is actually asking us, what is it asking us? It is asking us to find what we are actually supposed to use your graph to solve the equation. So we need to find the values of x. In other case, we need to use the graph which we have drawn to find the values of x. So what you do in this case is very simple. Just get this same equation which they have been given there. The equation is x, open brackets, x minus 2, x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now, once you have this equation, which they are asking you to use to find the values of x, or you are going to get the original equation. Now, where is the original equation? This original equation. Then divide this one into the original equation. What remains is the value of y. Okay, so let's get the original equation, which is y is equal to x, open brackets, x minus 2, and we have x plus 2. So divide this whole equation which they have given you in this new equation. So we are going to say 0 is equal to, we swap things like that, or let me just write it in order. I say x, open brackets, x minus 2, x plus 2 is equal to 0. So you can see if we divide this one, all these will cancel. What will remain is 0. So our y will be equal to 0. So y is equal to 0. So once now you have identified your y to be 0, all you need to do is to go back now to the graph with your ruler, identify the line y is equal to 0. The line y is equal to 0 is the whole of x-axis. So this line you are just going to draw, you are going just to show that this line is y is equal to 0, the whole of this, by labeling y is equal to 0. Hence now the line that y is equal to 0, you see it will cut the graph at a point. So the first point it cuts is this point here, the second point is this one, the third point is this one. Okay, so these values are on the x-axis, hence those are the answers we are looking for. So for the first one here, we can see that this is 2, x is equal to 2. So our answer, we can say, therefore our answer x is equal to 2. Again, we can say x is equal to, where is it cutting? Here, 0. So x is equal to 0. Again, x is equal to what? Negative 2. So x is equal to negative 2. Hence, this is how you find this first part. Okay, so these are the final values of the equation given there. So these are the final values. So this is how you solve this question. Then we move on to the next question, of course, which is similar to this first one, which is telling us that we should use the graph to solve this equation as well. So let us write this part just here down. We can say this is Roman numeral 3b, where we are being asked to solve x, open brackets, x minus 2 and x plus 2 is equal to x plus 2. So as we did on the first one, just divide this into the original equation. What remains is the value of y. So we're going to say y is equal to x, open brackets, x minus 2, x plus 2. Then we divide by this equation, which is here, x, open brackets, x minus 2, x plus 2 is equal to x plus 2. So all these will cancel. Then we'll divide, we'll just get 1. 1 into 1 is 1. Then we have y is equal to x plus 2. Now, we cannot draw this on our graph because how are we going to draw? There are no like terms. So like we did in linear programming, this was very easily done in linear programming by simply saying, draw a small box like this. Then let this x, y, we just need 2 coordinates. So looking at the x-axis, we have 0, 1, 2, 3. So we can use any of these to replace where x is to find 2 coordinates. So let's start with 0. Let x is equal to 0. What will be our y? So y is equal to 0 plus 2. Y will be 2. So we'll write 2 there, which will be 2. So the coordinates is 0, 2. Then let to x is equal to 1. What will be our y? 3. So the next coordinate will be 1, 3. So we plot these in this graph. So we can say 0, 2, 0, 2, it will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 0, 2, get our pencil as always. 1, 2, 3, 4, we put our dot there. Okay, the next point will be 1, 3. 1, 3, we count to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. Okay, once you have these 2 dots, just get your ruler now and draw a straight line cutting these 2 dots there. Okay, so get our ruler and draw a straight line cutting these 2 dots. Ooh, like that. Go. Okay, you can see the straight line we have drawn, which is actually y is equal to x plus 2. It is cutting the graph 3 points as well. It is cutting the graph just here, okay, and also it is cutting the graph just there, and also it is cutting the graph exactly at 2 there. So these will be the final answers in this graph of x. So we are going to say, therefore, x is equal to, we get the first value, which is here. We can go down. We can go down there. You see, you have that one. So this will be 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2.5. So we have 2.5. Again, we have x is equal to, the next point is here. This is 0.12. 0.2. We can say 0.2. Then the next value is 2, this is negative 0.2, and this is negative 2, negative 2. Okay, we have negative 2, negative 0.2, negative 2. So these are our final answers. Okay, so this is how you answer simple equations under cubic functions. These equations, we answer them like this. Okay, this is how we answer them. By simply getting the original equation, divided by the equation given, and what remains is the value of y, and then draw that y line on the graph where it cuts the curve, then get the x coordinates or x values, and that will be your final answers. So now you can see that this is a 12-mark question. 12 marks question. From here to here you have 9 marks. Then they add a simple fraction which is 3 marks. Of course you can easily solve this without any fail. So my main interest part was just to show you how to answer a cubic function 2016 paper 2 question 12. Hopefully I've made this easy. So if you have not followed these lessons, please do watch my YouTube videos, and you'll be able to see where we started this, because we introduced this lesson and we did some of the parts. So here we're just answering examination questions. So I'd advise you to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you don't miss out for latest videos and any material that I would post in your final examination. As I gave the guideline, grade 12 final examination, the best topic the topics you are going to answer, number 1 is the same one, cubic function. We have trigonometry, linear programming, and statistics. These are the best 4 subtopics that we are going to concentrate on for your final examination. Hopefully I've made this video and this lesson very easy. Comment if you like it. Please just comment in the box I like it. If you want more, just comment in the box I want more. Then I can easily follow and do more videos for you. Hopefully you have enjoyed the lesson. Thank you. We end here for today. Bye bye.